Hello, everyone.
It's time to stop your healing journey.
It is really time to stop. And today we have, I think, a very important message for everyone in the personal development journey, in the healing journey, doing business, helping other people, constantly an high achiever, try to improve every single time, every single day, be maybe in a conscious relationship with your partner, like me and Mark. And something that we're going to share today, I think is going to be a breakthrough for many people in the same way has been a breakthrough for us. Stick around because this video is going to change your life.
Oh, yeah, because it changed our life. And what we've come to realize, what we're talking about, what this message today is about, is you don't have to identify with your healing journey. You don't have to let your healing journey take the reins and make it a full-time job, because what if you're already whole? What if you're already whole now, and the healing journey, the part of the healing that you're going through is part of the process of wholeness, of coming back to actually realizing that you are enough. You are worthy already, and you don't have to wait until the perfect moment. You don't have to wait until everything's okay. You're fully healed. Your inner child is okay. It's nourished and it's held with love and respect. With love and respect to all that process, that is not who you are. That's your past, and that's a part of you, and the healing has to stop becoming your full-time job.
And Mark says so many touch points that I want to expand a little bit, and we're going to expand this together. So the first one is healing. It's a process. Okay, doesn't mean that you are not doing the work. This doesn't mean that you are not looking into yourself, you're avoiding it, and you're just, going around in your life avoiding everything that happened to you. But it cannot become an obsession. And that's where we realized that healing and personal development can become a trap where you're spinning around for months doing the healing, and then you realize one day things are not changing. I'm doing the work, but things are not changing. And that's when you start to feel like there is more blocks, there is more problem, there is more issue, there is more trauma, there is more beliefs, and you remain stuck. You remain stuck because that frequency of healing yourself, it's a frequency of lack. I am lacking. I don't have what it takes to become a millionaire business, or I don't have what it takes to become fit. I don't have what it takes to have the kind of relationship. It's a frequency of lack. And if you want to step into an highest frequency, when you're receiving all the things that you're calling in, lack, it's not part of the equation. So if you're wondering why I'm doing the work, I'm changing myself, I'm healing, I'm doing everything, and things are not changing, that's why.
And this is something we realized last couple of days. We've been feeling it in our bodies, this resistance of like, why the fuck is this happening? We've been showing up, we've been doing the things, we're looking at the outside of like, oh, it's still not here yet. It's still not here. And it's realizing that, hold on a second, like we've just been in this experience of waiting. Exactly. We're waiting for the next moment when everything's going to be okay, when we're fully healed, when we can go through the process of then receiving the results that we desire. But in that waiting, you're sending out a signal to the universe, God, life itself of like, oh yeah, I'm waiting. And it's going to reflect back in that energy of waiting, of not having. But if you can come back to the realization, like, look how far you've come.
Yeah. And
really focus on, hang on a second, like, I've done so much. I've been through so much. Like for me, going through this experience of meeting Sarah, falling in love, like leaving a relationship that was really toxic and chaotic for me. And then now coming, 6 months down the track, we're together, we're starting the business, everything is flowing, realizing like we've gone through so much. And it's important to reflect on that and then to let go of this attachment of like, there has to be more. Like for me, oh, my inner child, oh, like I'm a people pleaser, oh, I attract narcissists, all these things. It's like, okay, but that's the energy that you're putting out there and you're identifying with that, and you're going to find, like the reticular activating system going on in the brain, you're going to find more evidence.
Because the truth is, there is more.
There's always more.
There is always more.
Of what you focus on.
And the more you study and learn about yourself and you dive deeper into that, the more things you will find. It's clear, right? It's obvious, because the more you're learning about new things, and especially if you are in a personal development journey, there is so many things that you learn every single day. And of course there is more. Of course you're going to find the next block, the next limiting belief, the next trauma. It never ends. That's the point of what we're sharing today, is giving yourself the grace to actually to feel all and complete today already. And constantly, and stop the constant healing. Stop the constant looking for more blocks, because you're gonna find them. For sure. I found yesterday one block that I never know that it was existing. And, if I'm doing this every day, I'm going to find a ton of blocks. I'm going to find a ton of things that I have to work on. But what about doing the things that actually light me up? What about study? What about showing up for you every single day? What about serving? What about having fun with my partner? What about creating memories? Yeah. And what about that? Because the life, it's now. It's not in the past. It's not even in the future. It's in this moment. That's the only thing we know that it's real. The now, the present moment. And do you want to constantly heal? I don't know. I'm reflect on that. Reflect on your journey. And sometimes the reason you're stuck, it's because of the healing journey. It's not because you don't know the answer. It's not because you don't know what to do. It's often because you keep feeding the pendulum of healing, because it's a pendulum.
Yeah. And when you realize that, it's okay to feel angry too, which is something we're realizing, isn't it, Amore?
Yeah. And I think that's also something that can help who is listening. I felt the anger because a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, I had this intuition, download, intuition, I don't know, whisper in my soul, call it whatever you like it, doesn't really matter, that I should take a break from healing. And I told this to Mark, it's time for me to take a break. It's time for me to focus on my purpose now, to have fun, to enjoy myself, to eat healthy, to go to the gym, and to really bring a lightness in my life. And I didn't listen. I literally didn't listen to that intuition, and I kept healing, I kept going deeper, and you can really lose yourself at a certain point if you don't take a step back. And I feel that this is something that who is in the personal development journey, I'm sure can relate.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking that step back, having an awareness of, how far you've come. Because it is beautiful, the healing journey, but it can become a trap. It can become an identity, and you start to identify with that healing journey, and then that's who you are, and that's you start to attract more of that in your life. You start to attract more opportunities to go deeper into your inner child, more opportunities for you to, find people who are resonating with you. Oh, they're people pleasers too. Oh, yeah, I've been going through that trauma too. Okay, and you're just going to find more and more and more and more of that, and feeding it, because your attention is focusing on that.
So, Amore, would you like to share about what you said the other day? I think it's very relatable for many people when you told me, Amore, I'm healing.
What did I say? I can't remember.
So basically the other day, Mark, we were talking about stepping, because we do the frequency work every day, right? So we put ourselves into the highest frequency state, which is different than healing. Be careful. It's two different things. You putting yourself into the frequency and the identity that you embody today in order to attract what you desire, right? The money, the relationship, whatever. At the same time, you're detaching from it because you already have it, right? Otherwise, the frequency that you're sending out there is a frequency, again, of lack. And that's not how we materialize the reality that we want to create and attract in our life. We become neutral, basically, with everything. Money, relationship, client, business, health. We become neutral. So Mark, we were doing this work, and Mark say, Amore, I'm healing. I need more time. I'm healing. That's why I'm not stepping fully into the identity that I'm calling in, because I'm healing.
Oh yeah, and there's another one as well that I identified with. In human design, I have an open ajna, an open mind.
Yeah,
that means I'm more susceptible for information, which you can dive deep into the human design. It's beautiful, but again, it could be a trap.
It's a trap.
It could be a trap.
And what about me? When you tell me to message that person and I didn't because I used the projector as an excuse.
So yeah, yesterday we were talking about, we had this inspiration. We're like, right, we need someone to do all the technical shit, because Sarah and I, we love to speak, we love to express, but then when it gets to the technical shit, that's what drains us, right? So we thought, well, how can we, make it a way to make it simplify our life, make sure that someone else can help us. And then Sarah had this beautiful idea. Oh, I know the perfect person. She's into that, blah, blah, blah. She used to work with me. Okay. I said, okay, send an invitation out to her. And she said, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. What I'll do is I'll put it out there in an email, and then she'll see it, and then that'll be the answer. Because you're identified with your projector way of receiving an invitation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is the same. Astrology, God, channeling, what else? Healing. It can become everything. Frequency, even the frequency work can all become a trap if it's done from a place of luck. If it's done from a place, I'm not all a complete. Like I'm a projector in human design or I'm a manifesto. It doesn't mean that you are not all and complete already. Even if you don't know your human design, you still are capable to live an incredible life.
Yeah.
Even without knowing about which human design type you are. And I know this is going to trigger so many, especially the human design people, but you can still live an incredible aligned life without knowing about human design.
Yeah. So what we're saying is these are all tools.
Exactly.
These are tools that you can use, but just be aware of the ego, how it operates, and it grabs hold of tools. And then you can become, you can become the manifester, you can become an astrologist, you can become a healer, which is all beautiful things.
Beautiful.
Right? But what we're saying is when you become attached to it, when you become attached to your healing journey, then you're always going to be on a healing journey.
Forever.
For the rest of your life, there will never be enough healing for you to heal.
Exactly.
So
I love that.
How about we flip it and say, you are whole now. You are already whole in this moment. You are enough. You are present. You're a human being. And healing is a part of the process. It's a part of the process to your wholeness journey, which you're already here now. And so as you focus on that, you can give peace and clarity and love and grace to the fact that how far you've come. And now you can focus on the gratitude of what you have now. You can focus on the feeling of oh man, we've got a roof over our head. We're actually very blessed, aren't we? We've got coffee in the morning. We've got food. We can pay for rent. We've got a car. We've got all these beautiful things. We've got so many beautiful friends, connections. Right now, we're grateful that we can actually express this message, and it's going to, go all around the world through social media. There's so many things we can become grateful for. But if we're constantly in the habit of looking for what we don't have, looking for what we need to fix, looking for what we need to heal,
looks like we're broke.
We're broke, exactly. That's how it's identifying as. And we're just going to keep on perpetuating that suffering that we're creating in our own heads.
And also something that has been a big lesson for Mark and I, those tools are beautiful. All of that, frequency included, human design, astrology, personal development, every tool is incredible until you become too attached to it. And the thing that we constantly forget about it, that all the information, the intuition, the resources, the steps are already inside you. I think the best tool that is never gonna be outdated is meditation and silence. And that's all you need. You don't need to take mushroom, for example. And I know that this is gonna open another big conversation around this, but I don't care. You don't need that. You don't need to do ceremony. You don't need to go in Bali to find yourself. You just need to sit down in silence every single morning and listen. And the question is, do you have the courage to do that? Do you have the and this is really...
You're speaking to ourselves.
I'm speaking from experience of me not trusting my own voice that 3 months ago say, stop healing. Stop healing. That's exactly why you're stuck. And I didn't listen. I listened to other people give me advice. And this doesn't mean that those advice are wrong. They come from a place of love. But if we learn to trust our own intuition only, that's how we have an happy and fulfilled life. That's when all the tools around you becomes just tools. There is not attachment. There is no overthinking. There is no trap because you're neutral. Okay, that's a tool. That's a tool. That's a tool. That's a tool. That's okay. I don't need that today. I just need to listen to myself, go in silent for 10 minutes, put my AirPods on, wherever, do 10 minutes meditation, and boom, I know exactly what to do. Because that's what God, call it God, or universe, wants for you, to trust yourself.
And do you want to live a life that's true to you?
Exactly.
Or do you want to continue living a life for what other people have to say?
Exactly.
And that was the journey. That was the identity. Oh, I'm just listening to other people. Okay, they know what to do. Okay, I'll do that. But that's when you feel it in your body. You feel it inside of like, I know the way. And
Exactly.
you do know the way. It's purely giving yourself that space. Give yourself that space. You deserve that space for you to go inside, sit in silence. It could be looking at a candle. That's what I was doing today, staring at the flame, breathing in, breathing out, and feeling my body and just allowing that space to witness the thoughts that don't control you. Just like the mind is a tool. Pick it up, put it down. Astrology, pick it up, put it down.
Exactly.
Human design, pick it up, put it down.
Frequency,
Self-development, frequency.
everything, like also the things that we said, listen and leave them if they don't resonate or if it's not what feels good to you right now. Every single time that we consume content and information, I think it's really important to check in with ourselves every single time. Because when you start to get bitter, frustrated, upset, sick, you don't sleep well, you know why? Because you are not listening to yourself. It's because you are suppressing the voice inside of you that telling you that something is not working, that something is wrong. And for me, it has been challenging for so long and still is, because I love learn and I love to consume like information. I love to learn from people that are where to be honest, I just listen to who is where I want to be.
Yes.
I don't listen to who is not where I want to be. And that doesn't come from a place I'm better or other people are wrong. It's just, I want to take advice from who is at least where I want to be in life. But rather than that, I'm listening just to myself and I'm learning to trust me only, because who else knows better than me? Who else knows better than Mark what to do? It can't be me and it can be Mark for me. It can be anybody else. It's just me. But we are not trusting ourselves. And that's why we are very unhappy and also not healthy in our day-to-day life, because we suppress that voice. Because we don't trust that we actually know best. And that's come from, of course, experience and, beliefs that you created around that. But can you give yourself permission to trust you only, and see what's up?
I love that. Can you give yourself permission? Can you let, I think something beautiful you mentioned a couple of days ago on our podcast, Amore.
What did I say?
Was, can you let life surprise you?
Yeah.
I think what happens when we're on this journey of self-discovery and healing and stuff, it's like, well, we're trying to control our environment. We're attached to a certain way because we know if we get through this, we heal ourselves, then we can have all this at the end. But what if life has something far more greater than you could ever imagine waiting in store for you if you just get out of your own way, if you can just relax around the realization that you are enough already, allow the healing to be a part of the process, but don't identify with it as if it is your full-time job, which is something we've realized. We've been really going heavily deep into the healing as a full-time job, which leaves no energy and no room for us to do what we want to do in this life.
Exactly. And also, like, what if the real, like, breakthrough for you today, it's actually enjoy your life, stop healing. I don't know, stop. That's what Mark and I are going to do. Stop for 1 month. Stop for 1 month, really, like just 5 minutes in the morning. Okay, I love myself, la 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 la. I had all of those problems, la 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 la. Great, yeah, grateful for it. Thank you for the lesson. See, bye bye. I have to go now. What if you do that for 1 month, every single day, so you don't avoid the healing, like you look into yourself a little bit, of course, because we don't want to avoid stuff, but then you jump into the things that you really want to do, like that job that you didn't apply for it, that partner, like that person, girl, woman, like man, whatever, that you haven't told them, can we go out because I like you, and you maybe haven't done it. Sign up to the gym and actually start exercising. Stop having ice cream every day. Like all of those things that you say yourself that you will do, that you never actually did it, and you stop for 1 month healing and you just do those things.
For instance, when Sarah and I were on our journey together, like going through the process of feeling the love within ourselves, we found each other. We found this soulmate connection. And that wasn't through, I'm not going to wait until I'm healed, until I have to go to Bali for a year and find myself and I have to separate myself from everything else. We didn't wait until we were ready.
No.
We actually found each other through the process and not focusing solely on this has to be the result. Yeah, it has to be in this way. Like we have to get to a certain place until we're ready. Like, can't you just be ready now?
Exactly. Because if I'm thinking about us, if I will wait to be healed, if I was waiting Mark to heal and get through his divorce and all the things, we are not gonna be here today. And I will not had the most beautiful 6 months of my life with this man. And I will prevent myself to let life actually surprise me. Like having also his kids around, learning so much from them, and putting myself in a situation that I will never put myself if I was waiting to heal. Because I have to heal. We have to heal. And there is this spiritual like paradigm around healing that it's becoming too much. It does.
Yeah,
it's becoming
identity.
too much. And life, it's now. And you have the right to be happy already with everything that you have in this moment. Nothing is missing in your life. You are beautiful, you are confident, you are incredible, you have a gift, you are here to help people, you are here to serve. You have everything already just by breathing. You don't need to do anything else. You just, by breathing and just sit down, you are already enough. Okay, we're giving you permission to feel enough. From now on, you are enough. You are worthy.
Yeah.
You are abundant and nothing is missing.
I'm going to put some music onto this later on. This will be like a meditation, I think.
You're ready to go. You're ready. You can go now. All good. The healing is done.
Okay.
You can be happy.
So the takeaway from all of this is like, give yourself permission to be a human being.
Exactly.
And you are enough. You are fully whole already. And the healing is part of the process. Don't identify with it as this is who you are. Pick it up and put it down. Whenever you feel it, put it down. If it becomes too heavy, if it becomes like your identity, realize that in a moment and change. And choose who you want to be and sit in stillness. However it comes up for you, if you're walking, if you're yoga, if you're meditating, it doesn't really matter. If you're doing breath work, you know the way, and start to actually take action on what you are saying to yourself, on what that voice inside of you is saying to yourself, and see what happens. Try it for the next 30 days.
Yeah, try.
Let go of the healing journey.
If that voice say to you to heal, good. That might be something that you have to. I'm not saying that we never heal. That's not what Mark and I say. But healing is a process. You can heal and at the same time keep going and believe that
and at the same
everything.
time, run a business.
And at the same time believe that you already have everything that you need to have what you want now in this moment, right here. Because it is possible. Science proved that already in multiple ways. And that's exactly what we study right now, the frequency, the timelines, quantum leap, and all of those things that we believe are the key of having a fulfilled and happy life while still healing, but at the same time give yourself the grace to actually have fun, enjoy, be happy, do the things that you want to do without constantly stopping yourself from doing it because your mom 25 years ago say to you that you're not good enough. Can we stop that? Because that's in the past. You were a child. We are adults now. We are not kids anymore. And we have the power to decide, I don't want to entertain that anymore. It's there. Okay. It did happen. Okay. Beautiful. I'm not avoiding that. But it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to choose myself, to choose what I really want to do in this life.
What if in this life your job was not to cure your generational trauma? What if in this life your job was to be a human being and be you and just enjoy being you and whatever
remove
way
that
that
responsibility from you?
Because that's a heavy burden.
It is.
Yeah.
That's how I felt lately. Like that's your job. That's you doing that. No, I don't. No, that's not my job. That's not my job. Cure like a generation of trauma. My job is be a better human being every day and show up in this world with my gift and inspire other people to do the same. That's my job. And take care of myself, take care of my body, take care of my soul, take care of my mind, and make sure that I don't get lost into healing and all of those things because I want to help people. I want to speak. I want to do this for living. And I think that's also important. You don't have the responsibility, really, to do anything. If is that what you want, if is that what you are being called to do, like heal generational, okay, go for it. Beautiful. Amazing.
But how can you do that? How can you do that if you're not healing yourself, if you're not actually loving yourself? How can you do that if you do not feel worthy enough to take on that responsibility? It all starts with you. It's like you got to clean up your backyard before you can actually change the world.
Exactly.
You got to really look at yourself and give yourself the grace, space. Give yourself the time and the place to go inside and really have the confidence in knowing that you have all of the answers already here, already now inside of yourself. And that's a real key takeaway, I think, for this whole conversation. It's like the healing is part of the process.
Yeah.
You have all the answers. Sit with yourself. Allow yourself to go through this experience for the next 30 days if you want to try it, of like, let go of the healing identity.
For a month, and let's see what's up.
Just
and
see
see
what
how will you
happens.
feel as well.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had 1 year in my business, which came up today with Mark, talking about it, where I was doing the thing. I was doing personal development and all the things, but I wasn't too much catching up into the trap of healing. That was the most profitable year in business. It was the one that I had so much fun. And it was the one that I was actually serving and doing really what I wanted to do the most. And I wasn't doing the healing. I wasn't obsessed with healing. I was still doing it, but it was like a pinch of salt. It was a pinch of salt. And then, of course, after that, I was focusing on my day-to-day life and like, see, okay, boom, that's the healing. That's the thing. Now, what next? It's time for me to serve. It's time for me to show up for my audience.
It's time for me to go to the park and go for a walk. It's time for me to play with the girls, you know? It's time for me to have fun and remember I'm a human being.
Exactly.
And I think that's something we get caught up in when we're trying on this spiritual journey, on this, awakening, on this healing journey, self-development. It's like, I'm a human being too. And and life is to be lived. Like, we don't have to spend our whole life trying to heal something that happened in the past. Why don't we just let go of that and just live for now?
And we create drama about that. I remember my mentor told me this one time, which is remaining stuck in my brain since that day. You're creating drama about everything when you're healing too much. Every single thing that happens, your partner says something, the client says something, the follower says something, boom, a drama. Oh, I need to heal. Oh, I have a trauma, visibility trauma, wound, la 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 la. And then you feed in that, and of course, it becomes louder and louder and louder. And of course, you're going to find things that you have to heal. You will, because if you're looking for it, you will find them for sure. But what if we flip that around, at least for a while, and you give yourself a break?
Yeah. And we're not saying like these things didn't happen to you.
No.
We're just saying like, how does it serve you if you constantly focus on it?
Yeah.
How does it make you a happier, healthier human being if you're constantly addicted to trying to heal some parts of you that happened in the past?
Exactly.
That's what we're saying. That's the message for today of like, take positive action and, allow that experience to take place. And now, what are you going to do about it? You get to decide what you want to do. You get to decide your future. You get to decide in this moment you can choose. And every moment is a new moment where you can choose. So what will you choose?
I choose to have a break.
Choose to be a human being. And you get to decide what you'll choose. I think that's it.
Thank you so much for listening. And remember, you got the answer.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.